Hello, church. I'm Russell Reinhardt, lay leader of our congregation. I'd like to come to you at this time to talk to you about what's getting ready to happen with our getting back to church on October the 4th. We will have two services. 8:30 will be our contemporary service, and then at 11 we will have our traditional service. And both services will be on live stream on Facebook. So if you're not able to attend or you're not comfortable attending because of the COVID, you can still worship with us at that time. In a minute, Dr. Browning will come and speak to you on social distancing and the guidelines that we will be going by during this time. And then after Dr. Browning, Pastor David will come and speak on how worship is going to be different. As you all are aware of, that life is different now. But church will be starting on October the 4th, and we look forward to seeing you there, and have a blessed day.
Hello, I'm Chris Browning. Over the past 7 months, the COVID-19 pandemic has caused economic hardships, social disarray, and over 200,000 deaths. The pandemic has tested humanity, but our faith remains strong. We at Troy United Methodist Church are excited to resume the opening of in-person worship starting on Sunday, October the 4th. In order to ensure the safety of all of our church family, we've instituted the following necessary changes to mitigate the risk of potential spread of COVID-19 amongst our parishioners. In general, if you're feeling sick or ill, please stay home to ensure the safety of others. If you have tested positive for COVID-19, the CDC, or Center for Disease Control, recommends that you self-quarantine for up to 14 days. If you've been exposed to someone with COVID-19, please stay home. If you have a compromised immune system, consider staying home. Examples of this would be cancer, kidney failure, chronic obstructive pulmonary disease or lung disease, heart failure, diabetes, or the elderly. Most of the COVID patients, 8 out of 10 COVID patients, are over the age of 65, so please consider staying home if you don't feel safe. We ask that you please wear a mask when in the church that covers your mouth and nose while in the building. When entering the church, we ask that you do not congregate in the church foyer. Please practice social distancing with the definition of being 6 feet away. Avoid close physical contact, such as handshaking or hugging. And there will be hand sanitizer available for your use throughout the church. In terms of cleaning, the hard surfaces such as door handles, bathroom facilities, tabletops, countertops, or anything that's frequently touched will be cleaned between services and intermittently as need be. In terms of our seating arrangement, families are welcome to sit together, but please practice social distancing while worshiping outside of your family amongst others. In terms of our coffee and kitchen, we want to continue having beverage service. Coffee and water will be served, but we're going to have a host to serve that in individual cups so that everyone doesn't have to handle the coffee pot. We look forward to seeing everyone on Sunday and want to maintain a safe place to worship. Thank you.
Hello, Pastor David here, and I'm going to spend a brief time talking about some of the things that you will notice that is going to be different about our worship services that we resume in person when we come back this weekend and the weekend followings. One of the first things you'll notice that is different is the layout of our sanctuary. While we still have the same chairs that we had before, they are set up in a different way, where there is space to social distance front to back. And they are also divided up in groups of 4 and in groups of 6, allowing you to choose to sit together with your family group, but also maintain social distance from those who are not in your family. We're trying to minimize the spread of the coronavirus in this way. And so we ask that you sit in your family group, and you can greet one another and say hi to everybody from a socially distant type of way. Another thing you will notice that is different is we are not going to be offering our time to pass the peace, where we stand up and walk around the sanctuary giving each other hugs and handshakes. It's something that is just not feasible to do in the climate that we are in right now. We will also not be passing the offering plate when it comes time to give of our tithes and offerings. Throughout all this, and even before coronavirus happened, we offered ways by giving online where you can give by text or by bank draft or by through draft of a debit card. But you can also mail in a check if you wish. We will have offering plates available to you if you wish to give a physical offering in person on Sundays. They will not be passed, however, another way that we're trying to minimize the potential spread of virus. But the offering plates will be positioned at the back of the sanctuary where you can walk by them either before worship begins or after worship ends and drop your offering in the plate. During communion, we have a few changes that will take place during communion. We will not all be going up to the front of the sanctuary, but we will be staying in our seats to receive communion for the foreseeable future. We will also not be offering communion via intinction where you receive a piece of bread and everybody dips it in the same cup. Rather, what we are doing is we are going to give a roll to every family group that you can divide amongst yourselves and give each person in your family group a piece of bread, and we will bring by a tray of small individual cups and we will give everybody a cup while you're in your own seats. And everybody will receive a little bit of bread while they are in your own seats as well if you're not a part of a family group. If that is uncomfortable to you, we will ask that you make a sign by crossing your arms over your chest as the communion servers come by your seat, indicating that you would rather not receive communion at this time. If you are uncomfortable receiving the elements in this way, but want to bring your own bread and your own juice that we will consecrate during our worship service, you are most certainly welcome to do that, and we want everybody to feel safe as we receive the Lord's Supper. After worship concludes, we will ask that everybody kind of remain in your seats instead of everybody getting up all at the same time. And we will ask you to self-dismiss from back to front. When you notice that the back row has kind of vacated the area and there's not a long line at the exit doors, the next row can get up to go, and so on and so forth. We are looking forward to seeing everybody so very much, and are very excited to be offering in-person worship services once again. If you cannot make it to church, if you're uncomfortable coming to church at this time, or if you are showing symptoms of sickness, we will be continuing to live stream our worship services. Both worship services will be live streamed on Facebook Live, and you can worship with us at 8:30 for our contemporary worship service and 11 o'clock for a traditional worship service. They will be available online after that on Facebook and also on YouTube after we have a moment to receive the file and upload the file. And so I wouldn't expect to see the files on YouTube until later on in the day on Sunday or Monday morning. We look forward to seeing everybody this coming weekend. Goodbye.